Spain versus Argentina canceled. The shocking truth behind the decision has sent waves of confusion, excitement, and frustration across the football world as millions of fans who were eagerly waiting to witness a historic clash between the Spain national football team and the Argentina national football team suddenly found themselves asking one big question: what really happened behind the scenes? Because from the outside, this match looked like a guaranteed blockbuster, a dream encounter between two footballing giants packed with world-class talent, global superstars, and a legacy that spans generations, making it one of those rare fixtures that almost feels like a final even before kickoff. As anticipation built across social media, fans debated tactics, predicted lineups, and imagined iconic moments that could define careers and create unforgettable memories. But while the hype continued to grow publicly, the reality behind closed doors was far more complicated, as organizers struggled to align every moving part required to make such a massive event happen. And this is where the real story begins, because arranging a match of this magnitude is never just about picking a date and a stadium. It involves coordination between federations, broadcasters, sponsors, security agencies, travel authorities, and countless other stakeholders, all of whom must agree on every detail for the event to succeed. And from the very beginning, there were signs that this process was not going as smoothly as expected, with early disagreements reportedly emerging over the choice of venue, as multiple countries entered the race to host the game, each offering lucrative deals and grand promises, but also presenting unique challenges that could not be ignored, ranging from logistical limitations to political sensitivities. And as negotiations intensified, the list of potential locations began to shrink, forcing organizers into difficult decisions that required compromise. Yet neither side was fully willing to give up their priorities, because for both Spain and Argentina, this was not just another friendly, it was a global showcase, an opportunity to reinforce their footballing identity and engage with fans on an international stage, which meant that every aspect of the event, from the pitch quality to the atmosphere, had to meet the highest standards, and anything less was simply not acceptable. And while venue discussions continued, another major obstacle started to emerge: the issue of scheduling, which in modern football has become one of the most complex challenges due to the packed calendar that leaves very little room for flexibility, as players are already committed to domestic leagues, international qualifiers, continental competitions, and club obligations, making it extremely difficult to find a window where both teams can field their strongest squads without risking fatigue, injuries, or conflicts with their clubs. And this problem only intensified as broadcasters entered the conversation, demanding time slots that would maximize global viewership across different regions, because a match of this scale is not just a sporting event, it is a massive commercial product with millions of dollars at stake, and even a slight change in timing can impact advertising revenue, sponsorship deals, and audience engagement, which adds another layer of pressure to an already delicate situation. And as weeks passed without a final agreement, internal tensions reportedly began to rise, with officials facing increasing scrutiny from fans, media, and stakeholders who were all expecting confirmation, while publicly maintaining confidence that everything was under control. But behind the scenes, the situation was becoming more fragile by the day, as deadlines approached and options narrowed, creating a sense of urgency that made every decision more critical. And then came the turning point, the factor that would ultimately push the entire plan toward collapse: concerns surrounding safety, stability, and logistical feasibility in certain proposed locations, which suddenly made previously viable options far less attractive, forcing organizers to reconsider their entire strategy at a stage where there was little time left to adapt. Because moving a match of this magnitude is not as simple as choosing another stadium. It requires a complete overhaul of planning, including travel arrangements for teams, officials, and fans, accommodation bookings, security protocols, broadcast infrastructure, and coordination with local authorities, all of which take significant time and resources to execute properly. And without that time, the risk of delivering a substandard event becomes very real, something that both federations were determined to avoid at all costs, because the reputation of their national teams and the expectations of millions of supporters were on the line. And as emergency discussions took place, attempts were made to explore alternative solutions, including rescheduling rescheduling the match to a later date or relocating it to a more stable venue. But each option came with its own complications, as the calendar remained congested and suitable locations were limited, meaning that any compromise would likely result in a less than ideal scenario that could affect player performance, fan experience, and overall quality of the event. And this is where the decision became inevitable, because at the highest level of football, maintaining standards is crucial, and sometimes the only way to protect those standards is to make the difficult choice to step back entirely rather than proceed under unfavorable conditions. And so, after exhausting all realistic possibilities, the organizers made the call to cancel the match, a decision that shocked fans around the world, not just because of the disappointment, but because of how sudden it felt from the outside, despite the ongoing struggles behind the scenes. And while official statements focused on logistical and scheduling challenges, the reality is that this situation was the result of multiple factors combining at the worst possible time, creating a perfect storm that left no viable path forward. And for supporters, this cancellation represents more than just a missed game. It is the loss of a moment, a rare opportunity to witness two distinct footballing philosophies collide on the same stage, with Spain known for their technical mastery, precise passing, and tactical intelligence, and Argentina bringing passion, creativity, and individual brilliance, making the matchup one of the most exciting possible in international football. And the absence of this clash leaves a noticeable gap in the football calendar, sparking debates about whether such high-profile intercontinental encounters can realistically be organized in the modern era, where the demands on players and organizations continue to increase, and where even the biggest events are not immune to disruption. And it also raises important questions about the future of similar fixtures, whether governing bodies need to rethink scheduling strategies, create dedicated windows for marquee matchups, or develop more flexible systems that can adapt to unexpected challenges without risking cancellation. Because as the sport continues to grow globally, the appetite for these kinds of games will only increase, and finding a way to deliver them consistently will be essential for maintaining fan engagement and expanding the reach of international football. And despite the disappointment, there is still hope among fans that this match could be revived in the future, perhaps under better circumstances, with more preparation time and a clearer plan that addresses the issues that led to its cancellation. But until then, it remains one of those what could have been moments, a reminder that even in a sport as powerful and unifying as football, there are forces beyond the pitch that can shape outcomes in ways that are impossible to predict. And as both teams move forward, focusing on their upcoming competitions, they carry with them the weight of this missed opportunity, while fans are left imagining what might have happened if the game had gone ahead, the goals, the drama, the storylines that will now exist only in speculation and discussion. And in many ways, that is what makes this story so compelling, because it's not just about a canceled match, it's about everything that surrounds it, the expectations, the challenges, the decisions, and the unseen complexities that define modern football at the highest level, showing that behind every headline, there is a deeper narrative that reveals how difficult it can be to bring even the most anticipated events to life, and why when something like this falls apart, it captures the attention of the entire football world and becomes a topic of conversation that extends far beyond the game itself, as fans, analysts, and insiders continue to debate what went wrong, what could have been done differently, and whether we will ever see this dream clash become a reality in the future, or if it will remain one of the most talked about cancellations in recent football history.